What's happening, y'all? Welcome back, episode 20 of the walkthrough. Episode 20 already. That's insane. We're just flying through it, y'all. But this is going to be our first of many underground regions. It's relatively pretty short, so we will make it all the way through this region, this episode, and the introduction to, sorry for River. Then we'll get on up to where it opens up really big, and then, that'll be next episode, and we can kind of get it off out the way and head on over to Caitlin. So, as we move in, we're going to go over to the right, get your golden rune 3, and go pick up some magic grease. I just want to say I hope you guys are enjoying the walkthrough. Keep in mind, this is a newer channel. Any support I would greatly appreciate. So, I don't give a damn if you like, but if you want to subscribe to, check out whatever walkthroughs I'm doing, maybe, talk to me a bit. See what, tell me what walkthroughs you guys would like to see, or what games you guys would like to see, or any build videos or whatever. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys want to work on next. Because I had, obviously, Lords of the Fallen playing, Elden Ring base game, and DLC. After that, I really don't know. So yeah, y'all holler at me and let me know what you want to see. But besides that, let's kind of get started. So we are going to be facing a lot of big ants here. So if you don't like ants, prepare to be grossed out. When we get to deep root depths, you'll have more ants than you'll ever see in this game again. That's pretty wild, but, they're really weak to fire. And believe it or not, they're actually really weak to ice. Like, frostbite fucking obliterates these guys, completely annihilates them. But they're not so bad as you see with our damage already, what we're doing. Not to mention the fire, it's not going to be too bad. So there will be one here to the right. Do be careful if they try to go up on the back of their hind legs and spray some out at you. That could be pretty damaging. So we are going to go to the left first. Should just be one or two of these guys. Damn, what I just jumped clear over them. There's the spray I was talking about. Oh, looks like you got some stragglers from the other path coming to join. They're actually worth a decent amount too. Yeah, let's block that. Damn, even blocking him, we took a big old hit. Alright, so we got our Smith and 3, that's all we're getting here. So we're going to head on out left and just go straight on down. There's going to be another path to the left where we get up to this red area here. But we're gonna, that's where you progress at. So we're gonna kind of just ignore that for now. Just, grab your little loose loot here. Like I said, we will progress down this path. So because of that, we're gonna go straight first. This is gonna get us the side of grace, and we could progress here as well. But you'd end up missing, I think it's a rune 10. We're 5,000 runes. I want to make sure we get that. Quite a few ants to kill as well. So it's definitely worth our time. Just for that one rune. It's the biggest rune we're naturally finding. We found bigger ones like Rune 12s and Heroes Runes, but that's just because we got early access to later game areas, you know what I mean? So, this is the biggest rune we have naturally run into at this point. As you also see, we're going to get plenty of smithing stones and just good crafting and consumables and ammo and all types of just really good stuff. But the biggest part of the underground, besides the trophies, I'd say is all the upgrade mats down here. So pretty much as you're progressing the game, if you're doing like I usually do, and you're doing like Limgrave and then the Ernia, then Caleb, then go to Altus to the end game, you're like, fuck the underground, that seems like such a chore, or I just don't feel like doing it. For one, the underground's beautiful. If you've never done it before, it's fucking incredible your first time. You'll never experience that feeling again. And when you do it all, you feel like it starts to feel like the end of the game. Like it gets that feeling once you get to deep root depths. You know what I mean? But it's really cool. But you get so many upgrade stones. Like if you don't do this, you won't be having fully upgraded weapons till the end of the game. While by the time we do our underground, we're gonna have 3 +9 weapons. They only go up to +10. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be really, really good spot. Not to mention, mimic tiers in the underground. The whetstone to add arcane affinities is in the underground. There's a lot of good weapons, a lot of larval tiers in the underground. But most importantly, there's a shit ton of somber stones, a lot of somber 7s, a lot of very late upgrade mats for your summits. There's just so much good stuff down here. Spells, weapons. There's a fucking halberd we're gonna get next episode, or no, the end of this episode. It's a halberd that does cold and frostbite. or does lightning and frostbite. Forgive me, really fucking cool halberd. Like, there's some really cool stuff. The best mage weapons, Darkmoon Greatsword, Estelle's Wing, just fucking phenomenal stuff in the underground area. I've never done a playthrough where I skip the underground. Never. Even if I'm like, fuck, I don't really care to do it. And sometimes to me it feels like a chore when you've been through the game 10 times, but I will never miss doing it because so much comes from it, you know? But as you move straight here, there's a golden room 10. That's kind of like the queen. Just choke point all these guys. Just get them, you know, back in this corner. There's a lot of them, so let you know now. Kind of gets to the point where I want to get a second weapon upgraded. Something new to play with. This is a strong choice because of the buffs. And it's, you know, it's the same moveset as our weapon. Or the main weapon we're going for. But we're at our 20th hour of the same weapon. So, you know, I kind of feel like we haven't played with nothing else at all, really. We switched to Flambirds with the Holy Affinity to deal with certain enemies. But, let me see. I mean, you want to switch to the Katana? Do we want to put 2 points in Intelligence and use this? Some choices we can make here. We're doing Dex Arcane. Like, we could do this, you know? With their blood loss buildup, but you know, it's just kind of rapier. We could do double curved swords if we wanted to, which actually is really strong moveset on those. There's a really good one in Altus or Mount Gelmir. Even if we wanted to do that, we'd still be better off waiting. Like if we were doing my natural strength faith or dex faith, we'd have some really good choices. Like we could be rocking this, one of my favorite weapons in the game. Like this thing's so sick. I mean, I love this fucking thing. Like just really strong moveset. The fire damage would be really badass down here. I'm missing 3 points in faith. We could put on the faith talisman and use this, slap some upgrades in it and use it for a while. I mean, do we really want to use a 5 though? Like a 1 through 5? We could. We could put on that faith talisman and rock that bitch for a minute. Does that put us in heavy with both on? It does, but I don't know, y'all. I'm just kind of like, damn, I want to do something different. With that talisman on, we do have 18 strength. That should give us some kind of options. But like we started upgrading our katana, we could be using that for a while. It causes blood loss built by 45 innate bleed, so you can put other stuff on there as well. We could be doing fire and blood loss with that. We don't have a second katana to wield, but it would be, you know, for arcane, double falchions or double katanas would be pretty dope. This is really nice. You know, we could have, like I said, 2 points in it, do a frostbite weapon. We could bring up a great sword. Their movesets ain't bad at all. You know, regular great sword instead of curved great sword. We could, I don't know. Use your duvia. It's just kind of weird to me, daggers. Unless you rock 2 of them. I don't know. I'm not trying to waste time bullshit here, but I'm just thinking, you know, what else can we do? We actually meet the requirements for this. Obviously reach the requirements for that. For all of our great swords. Frostbite Rapier is pretty dope. What is it like to dual wield rapiers? Is that something viable? Or are they? That's a great, okay, so it's bigger rapiers. Let's see what this is like. That's actually kind of cool, frostbite. And whatever the hell we want on the other one. I don't know about all that. Yeah, I guess we'll wait. I talk all that shit, then I'm just like, yeah, I guess we'll wait. I mean, we could just go back to Flambirds, or we could just use the katana. The katana needs some upgrades, but we might do that, you know. It goes with our build. Alright, so let's just go down on that. Then we're going to grab this and drop. We did get our sins absolved, so we're good for Sellen's Quest. We're getting back to it. Sorry, y'all. Every now and then, I'll take a look at the build and see, hey, do we want to switch it up? You know what I mean? Just because it's a long game. There's plenty of time to try out a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, so these guys are not really worth your time. As you're going to see really quickly, they stack up a lot of damage, and they're just not worth many rooms. But yeah, they're actually pretty formidable. Not formidable, pretty resilient, I guess we'd say. And it's kind of just going to eat up your heals here. So I do drop a spear. Now this spear gets magic damage and actually gets magic scaling. So do keep that in mind. Now what we're doing is we're just going to stick to the right side. Like, you know, as soon as you drop, kind of turn around, stick to the right side, go on down, get near the waterfall. We're just going around getting all of our pickups, and we want to actually exit this in a very specific way. Come here, buddy. So you're going to see, as we go back up, you're going to see the path to the left. That's the obvious path that you would think, you know, that you are going to go down to progress. The problem is, there's a huge-ass bug guy over there, bug-type enemy. He's just throwing gravity stones at you. Not gravity stones, meteors. And because of that, we do want to be careful. And we want to take him out, because the underground regions, how they really work, is you go in these early spots, right? And then you come back later. When you come back later, you're actually up higher. So if you don't take this enemy out now, you're going to be getting shot with a bunch of meteors later. So we're not going to take the path on the left. Instead, we're going to go over here to the right. I guess it's not going to hurt to turn on a lamp. So as I mentioned, this is actually the only way to take this gentleman down. Because you can't get to him the other way. You're too far down at that point. He's already hitting us. He does damage. It's not earth-shattering damage. You get hit enough, you're dead. And he shoots a lot at once, right? So it's trying to duck down, heal up a bit. Wait on him to do his thing. Run, 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 run. We're looking for the slanted collapsed pillar. And we can stop that right here. We're obviously going to hear him. Yeah, you're going to hear him firing shit off. And that, you know, has a chance of knocking you off. So, you know, hide behind shit. Then we can rush up again. It should be like a little rock we can hide behind once we get up a bit. Alright. Then we're going to stop right here. Duck down again. And we are good to go. We're gonna run, 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 and just drop right behind this pillar. And these guys are actually extremely easy to beat. I'm gonna show you a good way to beat them. All you gotta really do is guard counter. So he's gonna come at you with his head. Well, I mean, he could do this. Eventually he'll start trying to bite at you. That's what we want. Be careful with the lock on. If he, you know, swings around the other way, it might, you know, put you down. It should be coming with the bite, yeah. So get your shield up. Boop, guard counter, stunned. You can kind of just jet over and over with him. Oh, I was a little off on that one. He's already dead. He's dead no. So guard counter, boop, done. And there he is. Like 3,000 runes, I think. Not much at all. 3,800. Eventually, we fight one of those. They're like on their feet. They're doing crazy magic. It's a very hidden, very secret boss in a lake of rot. Name is Estelle. Obviously, a trophy boss, secret boss. Really cool fight. And it can be challenging at first time. So, after that, just go on down to the right, drop on down. We're gonna go in here and finally get to our map, which is just absurd. All this time here. All the shit we've seen, we're just getting to a map now. So, coming down here.
Is some customer?
If you got one book, I would recommend getting. Two, depending on what you're going to do. So, one for 2,500, it gives you Thawfrost boluses. Thawfrost boluses are actually going to cure frostbite. It's not really good to us now, but very late in the game, when we're in the frostbite areas, we're going to wish we had it. So, because of that, I'm getting it now. We have the souls, it's not a big deal. This, if you want to, that has acid spray mist. So if you want to get into the perfume bottle stuff, that's going to be the first choice you have. In Altus, we'll get others. We get one that does fire, so that kind of goes with, you know, our pyromancy, our blood and fire build. So I'm going to kind of wait out for that one. It goes with their build, and I don't really care for the poison stuff. Even though I'm doing arcane, I don't care for the poison stuff. So there's a lot of these guys here. We're not going to sit here and fight all of them. As you see, they're just super resilient. They never die, and they're just going to destroy your health. I mean, they can tank through anything you try to hit them with and get their attacks off anyway. So, instead of messing with them, we're just going to kind of run around and grab this loot. I'd walk to take my time, but it's probably going to get us killed, so just run down here and through the water. We're going to go up the stairs on the right side. There's going to be a few loose items here. A lot of this is just runes and consumables, maybe an upgrade stone here and there, but mainly consumables, to be honest with you. I thought, let's see if it's on the outside of this. No. Okay, so that's like everything we went down here, but we do kind of need to go backwards, like kind of like the way we came from, but this time just up top here. And we're gonna get back to the same stairs we came down. Well, we went to like the right of it down there, but now we're gonna go to the left. This is gonna lead us toward the next side of grace, and there are items up top here. You kind of got to be up here to get them. Where is it? There it is. There's something else there. Alright, so if you go around this post, you kind of see an item sitting up here on the ledge, or if you would have went around the wall that way. Now from here, you kind of drop on this ledge, and there's your side of grace. So we're already about 80% done with this place. You know, we're pretty much just going straight, side path for a little bit of loot, and then, you know, our main boss. And it does occur to me, I don't think I removed my flask back. Yeah, so 2 mana is plenty. Alrighty, so we do have more ants in our near future, and if you want to look at the map, here you go. So as I said, there's going to be multiple underground regions. There's one here. There you go, Magma Palace. Then you have Angel River. Over here is going to be Deep Root Depths. Over here is going to be the Lake of Rot. Then over here is going to be where you fight Estelle, then go up to the Moonlight Altar from, you know, to the other. So there's a lot of zones here. A lot. And I'm pretty sure still, you know, missed one. But if you look really close, we came through Angel River Well Depths. You remember it was blocked off right here, right? So we went down this way. There was our side paths. That was our first side of grace by the sluice gates. Went to like that little city. And, you know, we just went through all this stuff. Then we go this way, and we get in a fight here. But we cannot get over here. We cannot get to any of this. Cannot get to any of this yet. Any of this, the other side, or any of this. So those are the kind of like the later zones, you know, to this one. So you go to Angel River, and you go to Siofra River. Then you got to go to Knockron, which is part of Siofra River, and Noxtella, which is part of Angel River. Like there's multiple zones, guys. And you got the Siofra Aqueduct, Deep Root Depths, Angel River Main. There's just a lot of shit. So that immunizing Horn Charms, that boosts, I think it's immunity, which governs poison and rot. So do keep that in mind. So after you kill those few, we're going to go here. There's going to be Basilisks. I think that is the actual name, but they're just like little poison lizards. But they do death blight. So as I said, doesn't matter what your health is. If you get inflicted by death blight, make sure you grab your soap. Gotta have your soap. But if you get inflicted by death blight, that bar fills up. You're just done. You're cursed. You're dead. No matter what your health is. So get all your small or anion butterflies. Your somber 3, and this here is a Lake of Rot. So you're gonna see this, you know, structure here. That goes back, that's the Grand Cloister, and then we have to progress all through here. A lake filled of rot, and unlike it was in Caelid, we have to actually do this on foot. So it's just constant running around, on foot, cleansing yourself, using boluses, using Flame Cleanse Me, healing. It's just, it sucks, but it actually goes pretty quick. It's not too bad once we do, you know, actually get there. Before we get back to the underground, we will, you know, be going through Caelid, lower Caelid, and, you know, it's just a few episodes there, actually, you know. The area is pretty big, you know, we did, like, what, 8 episodes here? So, when you compare it to that, lower Caelid, there's a lot going on, don't get me wrong, there's a lot going on there, but it's not that bad. Same thing, we're just kind of progressing straight here, guys. We're going to take out whatever ants, grab whatever loot we can, and then we'll be fighting a boss, a really big guy, that does frostbite incantations of frostbite and lightning. Pretty crazy. But he is a trophy boss, and you get a final upgrade map for your summons. Now you still won't get the other ones you need for quite a while. It's kind of strange they give it to you now, but I guess it would be nice to go and have it so you can get a special summons on up to +10. which is, you know, fully upgraded. So, melted mushroom. Go on back, get your glove work. And if you're doing a faith build, this incantation we get from is really dope and a lot of fun. It's like 34, 36 requirement, stat requirement. So as I said, he does lightning, frostbite lightning. He's a really big guy. His name is a Dragonkin Soldier. He's definitely akin to the dragons, but he's not. You'll see. He's kind of a humanoid type dragon. Really big, but this first version does not have a lot of health. Very, you know, delayed and telegraphed attacks, not too bad. If he stomps down with his hands, he's actually going to do that 3 times. Usually almost always 3 times, but now that's a punch. That's not the hand I'm talking about is a double slam, double hand slam. As you see, this fight's almost over. Try to dodge through that. If you get hit, just kind of deal with it. He's already dead. So I'm saying, he doesn't, with our upgrades and everything else at this point, you know, he's not going to just one-shot you. And he does good damage, but his health isn't the best. So we're getting a lot of damage on him. It's best to just tank on through it, heal, and put that damage out. But obviously try to look for his attacks and, you know, dodge appropriately. That does get you frozen ice. Lightning Spear, that's kind of what he does. He's got pretty much jump up, throw lightning bolt at the ground, then a bunch of smaller lightning bolts will spike up from under the ground, doing lightning and frostbite. It's completely fucking dope. It's really, really cool. Excuse my language, but yeah, it's really cool. Really, really, really cool. So that is our first underground region completed, and it also got us our Great Ghost Glove Work, which is the final upgrade you need to start, you know, bringing up your spirit summons. So now we're going to click R3, as we already got this earlier on in the game. If you haven't been following along for whatever reason, just go from Fort Height West over to your Earth Tree, and you'll see a little building. You take the elevator down in this building, and you just, you know, ride it all the way to the bottom. So, and that, you know, is yet another trophy we have knocked out towards our platinum. And speaking on that, guys, it's just killing all the bosses, finding all the items, and get 3 endings. That's it. It's a very easy and simple platinum to get. So, this is going to be our introductory area to our new underground region. Now, what I like to do is, you'll see a main path going up some stairs there. Before we do that, there's just a lot of loose loot laying around. So, what I will typically do is just kind of stay on the outskirts. And we're not even going to go up that way at all. What we're going to do is circle from the back, then we're going to climb these pillars and stuff. It's really cool, actually. Getting some, you know, loot over there that's kind of hidden. Got to, like, yeah, not really hidden, but a little bit. You got to drop down to get a lot of it. So we'll just drop back down, then clear, you know, backwards, going from behind. So for right now, just go ahead and run around getting, you know, all your crafting and materials, upgrade mats, runes, you name it. There's a lot here. Matter of fact, it might be better just to do this on torrent. Fortunately, I don't think we'll have enough time to do this whole area. So I'm not even sure if I want to, you know, really start it. But I don't know. It really isn't going to take us that long. It's usually a full episode. Like, you know, as far as my notes tell me. Just going to stick to the right. And it's just Duke's Turbo. You know, it's crafting. It's not like, oh my god, I missed a piece. So get what you get. You're going to find so much of it in the underground. It's crazy. Ghost Clover 1. Now we're going to stick to the left side, just grabbing your stuff. And believe it or not, even though this is typically the first underground region you would find, everything here is actually higher level than the one that's in the area. I don't know how it makes sense, because like I said, you would typically find this first, right? But it is. But that's how you're going to progress, which we're not going to do yet. What we're going to do is now take a left and go on to the top little section over here. And we're going to get on these pillars. Or not the pillars, the walls. Just going to jump off the torrent. We just want to get on these walls over here. And just kind of work our way around. So we are climbing up, obviously. Now you can do this on torrent. I mean, it's really just how comfortable you are, you know. Most of the time I'm pretty comfortable, but still, I don't want to steer anyone wrong. And even if you do this on foot, I do recommend torrent for just one little jump, because it's so much easier. It's a pretty decent gap. So as you see, these guys can take more of our hits. You know. So if you're doing arcane intelligence, I really sincerely hope you're not. I really do, because there's 2 spells in the game for it. So don't do it. But for whatever reason, if you are, there's 2 spells in the game. We get them both right here, and all it is those bubbles. So we're going to use torrent. We're going to do a double jump, get in this corner, dismount, turn around, or try to drop with an attack here. Sorry, he'll be down there. Drop again, another one, and there's one of them. So that's going to be your Oracle Bubbles, and then we're going to get Great Oracle Bubble. So as we go out, we're going to go up the stairs to the left, and usually I got to drop down, yep, and then just go and drop down. Then we'll progress, up the stairs like we normally would. And it goes like this every time. I always forget this one item, so that's why I end up doing it this way. I don't know why. I guess because you start left, or you start wide to the right, and then you swing around wide to the left, and you just end up kind of missing what's in the center. We're just going to stay in torrent for this. Like I said, if you guys want to fight these guys, by all means do so. They're not worth shit, and they're really resilient, you know. They can tank through your attacks and do quite a bit of damage, as it does stack on pretty quick. You can't really stagger them, or even slow them down for that matter. Their hits are still going to get off, even if you're smacked them in the face with a 20-pound greatsword. It don't matter. Alright, now we are ready to go up the stairs. We're going to hit our elevator and proceed. So as we go out here, it's going to open way up. Way up. So before we get started, we're going to go out the door and take a left. We're going to get on in this room. Grab your preserving boluses. So those actually cure rot. Rot's not a problem yet, and it's almost like the developers wanted you to go here after the area, because rot is in Caelid, obviously. And you actually find the cookbook to craft boluses to cure rot, those same boluses. Like I said, it's kind of like they wanted you to come here first. It really seems that way. I mean, right before you go to the rot zone, you come in here and get stuff to cure it, you know? But that's what, preserving boluses do. They are going to cure rot, and just up here we get the cookbook for it. So you are going to need the crafting materials. You need nut crystal rim bud, sacramental bud. You can find it in Altus, you can find it in Caelid. Those are the 2 guaranteed spots I know for it. That's why I suggest just, having at least 12 faith. And I mean, even mage builds start for 7 faith, put on that plus 5 faith talisman. Will get you through areas, just put it on when you need it, Alright, let's go ahead and hit our side of grace. Now, before we do anything else, let's go get our cookbook. There's going to be those little bull guys again. I forget what you want to call them. These fuckers. The really annoying moveset fuckers. Look at that damage. That is just beautiful. Unless they block with their elbow, it lets them take more damage. There you go, Armorer's Cookbook 6. That is what you want to actually craft right here, preserving boluses. So you want to craft items, as you see, preserving boluses. So there we go. And already in our item crafting, look at all this shit we can craft already. This is outstanding. I mean, right when you get the cookbook, it's like fucking 4 things. This is all the shit already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So going over them. We can cure poison, we can cure rot, we can cure blood loss, we can cure frost, we can cure sleep, and we can cure madness. Then we have stuff here for buffs. So, boost fire damage negation, boost immunity, so that will be poison and rot. Boost your defenses to that. So both of these seem to boost immunity. Doesn't say which one's better though, unfortunately. Then you have, stamina regeneration. fire pots, red main fire pots, which is obviously better. Magic pot. Then you have your fetid pot, which is deadly poison. You have freezing pot, which is pretty self-explanatory. Sleep pot, which is pretty self-explanatory. Then now we have a rancor pot. You throw that, and little spirits chase down people. Accursed blood. Then we have Albaneric. This one is like a white smoke that covers you and it prevents you from using your heals. Then roped fire pot, roped magic pot, roped deadly poison pot. But I mean, just a lot of good shit. Even the greases, all the greases we already have: fire grease, magic grease, poison grease, blood grease, frostbite grease, and dragon wound grease. This is actually for your shield grease. Boosts guarding ability and all damage negation. So it's really, really, really cool. And crafting this, you don't even have to be a mage. You know what I mean? You can put magic grease, magic shield grease on your shield, and it'll protect you from everything. So it's just really nice. Any hoosers. Now let's go ahead and jump on over straight across from here. Just go out to the right. And we're going right to them stairs over there. And you're going to see these in this area. If you notice, those stairs have 8 pillars. 8 of these, technically. One of these represents one of those. You have to light all 8 of these, and that's going to unlock a hidden boss. As you go across right here, grab your map. Now we're going to take immediate left. So there is a place here in this little underground region. It's kind of just off by itself. But on the way there, if we go up on top of this hill, we can talk to Blythe. So Blythe is trying to find Nokron. He can't do that because Radahn's actually holding back the stars. Once you kill Radahn, a meteor crashes to Earth and opens up a different underground region, which is actually up there, right across there. So, you know, there's nothing really we could do till then, and we're just gonna kind of talk to Blythe about that. Now, whether you get this dialogue doesn't matter. The outcome's the same, so it doesn't matter. This is only happening because we did talk to Ronnie.
Apologies, mate, but I don't have much to report. I can see bloody Nokron right above me, but I'm absolutely stumped. I've tried all the gateways, to no avail. Perhaps it's time to ask Celibus. I recall that spiteful little rat acting like he knew something. Let's give him a squeeze. Show him just how sharp my teeth are.
Yeah, everyone hates all of us apparently. Alrighty, so after you talk to Blythe, we're going to go up and take out another boss to get a talisman that gives you 3 points to the opposite 5 levels we're getting. So as our talisman gives us +5 to, what is it, health, stamina, strength, and dex, this one will be arcane, faith, intelligence, and mind. So what you're looking for is this collapsed pillar, this really long one. We're just going to go around this guy, get on up, and up here, I think it's a Somber 2 we can grab. Yeah, get your Somber 2, and we're going to actually take this teleporter. This teleporter is going to bring us to a top section. As I said, this top section, there's not much going on. There's a few things to grab. Rune Arcs, Golden Seeds. It does have a spell, another Somber 5, which is nice. So it's got a few things going on. But mainly, it's just about taking this boss out and just grabbing some items. You know, it's not too bad. Being at 33 minutes, we'll probably just make this a short episode so we can fit everything else in our next. So if you go over here, I don't know, it's like we could almost fit it in, but if I can't fit everything in at once, you know, I don't want that. So, anyways, grab your slumbering egg and just kind of follow this around to the left. If you go in here, I wouldn't bother fighting all the guys. But in the back left corner is going to be a Somber 5. There's going to be a little scarab right here with a great ocular bubble. Like I said, you need a little arcane and some intelligence. It's not a great spell, obviously. I'm sure it hit hard with enough in arcane, but I don't know. I mean, they make a whole build for having 2 spells. It's kind of dumb. As you leave there, we want to go in between these buildings to the back left. We can jump on up here. Golden Rune 7. Now, we're going to get here. For some reason, it won't let you a torrent, even if you jump. Oh, it actually let me. That's wild. It never lets you. Yeah, see? See what I'm saying? Usually you have to jump off the torrent before that. Somehow we got through the invisible wall. However, there is some dragon wound grease over here. Now, we're about to fight another dragonkin soldier, so that's obviously going to be useful against him. Always forget to use those greases against them. Plus, there's just other options. Like they are weak to blood loss, so blood flame blade still gonna hold them just fine for that. We also have Swarm of Flies. It's been, I mean, it shredded that big dragon down like fucking crazy. I've never seen something kill him so fast before. I mean, I know he's weak to blood loss, but usually you have a blood loss weapon, you gotta whack at him for fucking 10 minutes. So that was wild. I'm glad I actually decided to show that on camera right when I seen it. But we were gonna kill the dragon all on our own. When I seen that, I'm like, no, I gotta show everybody this. I gotta show them. I was pretty psyched about it. So next up is another Dragonkin soldier. This one does not have frostbite. He does not have lightning, but he does have way more damage and a lot more fucking health. Start trying to break him down. God, he's attacked like fucking 10 times in a second flat. See, if you kind of hide behind him, he's gonna get me. But I mean, it allowed us to get a lot of damage in. And yes, you see the damage he's doing. Remember, he always does a pull back when he like throws his fist out like that. And you can also, guys, remember, you can also stagger this thing. Believe it or not, you do a few heavies, you can stagger him. We've already done so much damage, he's just probably about to get killed before we stagger him, but still. Ah, we definitely dodged that, you dick. He's not a big fan of healing, as you see. You kind of got to dodge, and then get your heal on. But all in all, not too bad. He just, thing of it is, he hits really hard, and he just does not let you fucking breathe. Like, he will not let you breathe. He fucking refuses to. So that is not a trophy boss. However, you do get a phenomenal weapon. Guaranteed don't reach his stats. Guaranteed. Watch. Fuck. 22 strength, you son of a bitch. 4 points short. I love this weapon, though. Damn it. I usually do a build with a decent amount of strength. Usually, so I have access to all this stuff. Like on my faith build, I love that thing. It's not a faith weapon, but it's a good side weapon. It's fucking phenomenal, you know. As I said, that's America's Scar Seal. No, America's Sword Seal is not American, but America's Sword Seal is a legendary ornament or legendary talisman, and we get that version of it very late game. But this is like an earlier version. So like ours is a +5 to each stat, and then we found that other one that's a +3. This is the same, but like I said, for the opposite stats. So when you look, you got Mind, Intelligence, Faith, and Arcane, but also increases damage taken. Literally the same thing, but you know, just for like different builds. We really went through some help for that fucker, didn't we? So next up, we're going to drop down. I don't remember any reason to go over there. That just leads you back up, pretty sure. Alright, get your glove works. We're going to drop down again. Now, we're going to jump right over here. And it's best to do this on your horse because, I mean, try to be careful. But you can't jump high enough on foot to get up here. So you got to, I mean, if you want to walk across it to be careful, then summon Tor at the end, that'll work. And this is just getting about a, you know, just about getting a Stone Sword key, so you don't care about it, or you got plenty, you're like, fuck, I don't want to risk dying, it's okay. There's actually a Stake of America over there right in front where we fought that boss, so you might respawn, but you might not be in, you know, the right distance to, you know, be able to. So do keep that in mind, because you've already went past the boss. And we are running around here with 40,000 runes right now, which isn't much anymore. Already at that point where it's just not much, it's only one level, you know. But it's a level, you know, that's the way I look at it. Okay, so this is actually pretty hidden. I thought this would lead to much more. So if you just fall all the way back, all the way out to your left, this is going to wrap around to a cave. It just has a rune arc, but the way it's set up makes you look, it looks like something big's going on there. And it just isn't. I did want to talk about that Howard a bit more though. Okay guys, it's worth a mention. So, You're just getting physical, pure physical on it. However, when you use the Astro Board, which also has a follow up, it's spin and slash. Spin and slash always has a follow up. So you like do a 360 slash, and then you hit it again. And you do another 360 slash, and then do a very powerful overhead. Well, when you do that and use your weapon with frostbite and lightning, and on the additional input second attack of the Astro War will do like a lightning strike and just fucking decimate shit. Like I used it against Radon at +6. Man, it ran fucking through that guy. Ran through him. Like it was not bad at all. Like that was an easy fight with that thing. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. R1 light attacks are gonna be thrusts like a spear, and the R2 are gonna be heavy swipes. Pretty much same moveset as the Banished Halberd. Or the Banished Knight's Halberd. Banished Knight's Halberd. But yeah, definitely worth a mention. Really, 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 really cool weapon. So from here, we're just going up and out. And we're going to set ourselves up for next episode. So to do that, we're going to get to the very back here. And I feel like we could almost pull this off. I really think we could. But it's okay. So there's a very specific way. Yep, that's why we're going to the very back here. There's a very specific way we want to do this. And we'll get into it next episode. Yeah, it sucks. As you follow that around, get past all them, go to your left and get a side of grace. That's why you don't want to enter this from the front, guys. Like, you do not want to do this from the front. Now, we're about to close on out. Before we do that, let's go ahead and grab another level to Arcane. Go ahead and grab another flask. Now, I'm going to pull up the map and talk about what we want to do. So, we have the 8 pillars, guys. And the way I like to do this is I like to kind of start on the left. As we go through, we're going to like clear the open parts. So I can go all the way over the coast, but we're going to kind of go up, clear this open part. Go up, clear this open parts of the island, and, you know, on here. And we just kind of just like box it around, follow it, do some stuff up in here that drops us back down. And then we're going to get to a certain point, which is right about here. You know, after doing all that stuff, kind of staying on the left side, then we're going to jump to the very back where we are now. That's why we went ahead and grabbed that side of grace and slowly just go through all this here and lighten all of our pillars as we, you know, as we go around. And then, you know, drop back here, we're lighting all of our pillars, And by the time we get here, all we got to do is go over here and like grab a shield, and then we can take out our boss after doing full circle. The reason why we want to jump back here, which is obvious, those guys with the bows that seemingly never fucking miss are going to be a problem, right? So it's just the smarter way to navigate that. Then, you know, we'll be able to go get transported, take out a boss, and then, you know, we'll actually be done with the underground and ready for Caelid. So if we do have any time left over, we might, you know, get started and hit like a little church or something small. But there is up here, this is an elevator. That elevator is going to bring you straight up to Caelid, literally right where it's at. And in Caelid, it leads you up here. So this is the tower, actually, this is the tower for your great room to activate it, not this, which you might think it would be. This is a big-ass Coliseum. Now this elevator is the only way in the game to reach this Coliseum. In front of this Coliseum is a great jar, and I mean this thing is a fucking giant. It's a huge-ass jar, and he has a challenge where if you beat 3 NPC invaders back-to-back without dying, you get a talisman that will increase your weight limit by the utmost. It's something I will always keep on my build. I bring it to the DLC with me. It's one of the best talismans in the game. But when you have to beat these NPCs, it's going to pull from the last 3 players to beat this. Now, a lot of people have to wait to the very end of the game because, you know, they had to deal with high-level players, right? So it's usually people with Blasphemous Blade, Rivers of Blood, Moonveil Katana, just really fucked up weapons. Maybe someone with the same weapon we have. But they're usually run like level 150 or higher, maybe. I've seen somebody with end-game armor from the DLC, like the end of the DLC armor. So I know he's probably level like 200. Like, it's fucking hard to do. I have done it this early before off pure skill and, you know, pulling every trick out of my hat that I had. But it is very, very difficult. So, what we're going to do next episode, when we do our underground stuff, we're going to give this attempt because we will have the time with how much we progress this episode. we are going to give this an attempt. We'll give it 1 or 2 tries, and that's it. We're not going to sit here and waste a bunch of time on it. But most likely, and if I get past it and you guys can't, just remember to put a marker there. It truly is one of the best talismans in the game. If you don't need as much weight limit because of that talisman, you won't have to bring your stamina up as high, and you can put in other stats. That's huge, and that's obviously huge for real reasons. But yeah, we're not gonna waste a bunch of time. So if we can't get past it, we're gonna leave a marker there. Maybe we'll do Lower Caelid. Maybe we'll get all the underground done, get up here to Altus, and then try it again. And we're still not high level. By the time we do the damn capital and get our weapon with built-in blood flame and really good blood loss and attack power, getting some of the best incantations in the game under the capital, we're surely going to run through it then. You know what I'm saying? So, but we will give it a shot next episode. Either way, with that being said, guys, we are going to go ahead and wrap on up here. Now, I typically do like to go for an hour. We're sitting here at 45 minutes, but I don't have enough time to finish it. And if I can't finish something that I start, I don't even want to, try, because then it just leaves us off in a weird spot, and I don't like that. So, we are going to go and wrap up here. We will be back here next episode to finish up our second underground region and get ready to head on into Caelid.